Hey there, gamers! Cover Fire here, and hello to the Filipino gaming community and also to the all players of the SEA region. For today, we have another D3 Reaper of Souls video, so please stay a while and listen. So as what you can see here, we have our Witch Doctor. So for today, I'm gonna provide you a simple build and gameplay for Witch Doctor. So for this build, what we have is the Mundunugu's Regalia. So for 2, we get Big Bad Voodoo now follows us and lasts twice as long. And then for 4, we gain 60% damage reduction for 30 seconds upon entering Spirit Realm. And then 6, we get a massive 20,000% increased damage on our Spirit Barrage, plus it increases 5 times in percentage equals of our mana regeneration per second. And also, I added another set item to squeeze more for this build. So we have Captain Crimson Trimmings. So for 2, we regenerate 6,000 life per second. Then reduces cooldown of our skills by 20%. Reduces all resource cost by 20%. And for 3, we get more damage in percentage of our cooldown reduction. And we receive less damage in percentage of our mana cost reduction. Okay, for our skills, we have Soul Harvest, Languish as our cold rune. This skill is an AoE skill around us, so if we use it on our enemies within 18 yards, we gain 3% intelligence for 30 seconds on each affected enemy. This effect stacks up to 5 times. And also, we get Languish, we get 10% armor, and also enemies movement are slowed by 80% for 5 seconds. Then our main damage dealers, that will be our Spirit Barrage, and we're using Manito as our cold rune. We summon a pet, a specter that hovers on top of us, unleashing spirit bolts at enemies for 6,000% weapon damage as cold for 20 seconds. Then next is Locust Swarm, and we're using a poison rune, Pestilence. We unleash a plague of locusts that deals 1,040% weapon damage as poison for 8 seconds. And Locust Swarm Pestilence has a 100% chance to spread the locust on nearby enemies. Then Big Bad Voodoo, and our rune is Rain Dance. We conjure a fetish that begins a ritual dance, increases attack speed and movement speed of all nearby allies for 15% for 20 seconds. And Rain Dance physical rune gives us an additional 250 mana per second while standing in the ritual area. So that's additional damage for Spirit Barrage. And then we have Piranhas, our poison rune, Piranado. So we summon a tornado of piranhas that pulls or suck in monsters, suspend them in the air for 200% weapon damage for poison for 4 seconds, and all affected enemies will suffer an increased 15% damage. Then last but not the least, our Spirit Walk. So we enter the Spirit Realm for 2 seconds, and then our physical rune Severance give us a 100% increase in movement. So this also gives us 60% damage reduction as what you can see on our 4-piece of Mundunugu's Regalia. Now, for our passive, taking advantage of all the skills and items, we have Creeping Death. So Hunt Locust Swarm, so all enemies affected by Locust Swarm and the damage amplification from piranhas lasts almost forever. And then we have Rush of Essence. Spirit spells now return 100 mana for over 10 seconds. So in this list, we have Spirit Barrage. Every time we use Spirit Barrage, we recover 100 mana for 10 seconds. And also, it adds up again to our damage. And then, Confidence Ritual. We deal 25% additional damage enemies within 20 yards. So enemies close to us, we get to have 25% increased damage. And then Grave Injustice. We gain 1% maximum life and mana and reduce cooldown of all our skills for 1 second when an enemy dies within 20 yards. So let's say 5 enemy dies within 20 yards, we get 5-second cooldown reduction and 5% maximum life and mana. Now, for our supplemental items, for our amulet and ring, we have the Endless Walk, so the Traveler's Pledge, and the Compass Rose. So while moving, damage taken is reduced up to 50%, and while standing still, damage dealt is increased up to 100%. And then for our ring, we have Ring of Royal Grandeur. So we have reduced the number of items needed for the set bonuses by 1. So we only have 5 pieces of the Mundunugu's robe or regalia, but still we're getting all the 6-piece bonus. And then we have 2 pieces of Captain Crimson trimmings here, but we're still getting all the 3-piece bonus because of the Ring of Royal Grandeur. And then for our bracers or wrists, we have the Lacumba's Ornament. We reduce all damage taken by 6% for each stack of Soul Harvest. Then for our main weapon, the Barber, we get instead of dealing direct damage to our Spirit Barrage, it accumulates on the target. When we stop channeling, it explodes to 497% of damage within 15 yards. So 497, this is a good roll already. Technically, perfect roll would give us 500%. Then for our offhand, we have Mojo, Gazing Demise. Spirit Barrage gains the Phantasm rune. Each active Phantasm lasts twice as long, increases the damage of Spirit Barrage by 132%, and increases the attack rate from the Manitou Specters. A perfect roll for this item would be 150, but we only have 132. So far, we're just gonna use this item. And then basically for our legendary gems, we have Esoteric Alteration level 78. We gain 49% non-physical damage reduction, and also we gain while 50% below life, we gain all elemental resistance increased by 75%. And then we have Bane of the Trap, level 75, increased damage against enemies under the effects of slow, stun, freeze, blindness, and all other control impairment by 37.50%. We also gain a permanent aura within 15 yards around us, and when enemies get close, they slowed by 30%. And then Bane of the Stricken, level 75. Each attack we make against an enemy increases the damage it takes from our attacks by 1.55%. We also get a 25% permanent increased damage against bosses and Rift Guardians. Then for all other gems, we have diamonds for 12.5 cooldown reduction, so that's add up to our damage here again using Captain Crimson. And then Amethyst for vitality, we get to have that a million HP here. And then for our pants and offhand, Topazes for an increased damage and also elemental resistance. Now for our cube, we have Sacred Harvester. Soul Harvest now stack up to 10 times. So remember, 10 times one stack is 3% intelligence and armor. And also, on Lakumbas, we get 6% damage reduction. So 10 times, that would be a total of 60% damage reduction. Plus, if you add up the Spirit Walk damage reduction that we get from 4 pieces of Mundunugu's Regalia, we get 120% damage reduction. Since we're using Spirit Barrage Spectre as a pet, we have Mass of Jeram. So pets now deal 200% increased damage. Then next is Ring of Emptiness. We deal 300% increased damage to enemies affected by either Haunt or Locust Swarm. So we have Locust Swarm spreading using the Pestilence rune, so we get 300% increased damage to that. So that's it for the build. So there you have it, our Mundunugu's Regalia. Is this build really effective? It is. So we'll be using this on our Greater Rift level 90. So here, we'll be trying this build and see how effective it is. So first, use your Spirit Walk and then Soul Harvest. Get that resistance, and then use your Pestilence Rune and summon your Big Bad Voodoo for that added damage. Then keep rotating that skill, and then Piranado to move up and disable enemies for getting that Bane of the Trap buff for increased damage for any control impairment. So then again, repeat that skill rotation and keep spreading the Locust Swarm.
He needs more time. The truth burns. Not ready yet.
Okay, we got a Paragon level.
You die. Need more time. My strike is true. Needs more time. Perfect strike. Need more time. Your evil undoes you.
if you notice guys, 10 stacks, we get 12,000 intelligence, and we get a billion of toughness.
Give me a real battle.
Your death comes.
There, a worthy foe.
He needs more time.
All like that.
A perfect strike. Not ready yet. Need more time. Your death comes. He needs more time. I strike at your heart. Not ready yet. My strike is true. Need more time. Needs more time. Need more time. My curse upon you! Not ready yet. My curse upon you! He needs more time. Not ready yet. The truth burns. Need more time. Not ready yet.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Okay, here we go.
Need more time. Needs more time.
Alright. Okay, so we get a 3+2 upgrade on our legendary gem. So that's it. Please drop a like or comment if you have some questions regarding this video, and also if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. Then again, thank you.